tried loads of parenting advice and your neurodivergent child is still having meltdowns after school, this video is for you. If your child is ADHD or autistic or AuDHD, you might be experiencing after school collapse, feeling really guilty as a parent, and feeling like your home is a place of chaos and stress instead of being a haven. And it's exhausting, absolutely shattering. So today I want to share 3 gentle ways to move from overwhelm and feeling burnt out to a much calmer, steadier existence where there are fewer meltdowns and much more balance. If we haven't met before, I'm Natasha Grays and I'm an interior designer specialising in sensory-friendly design. If you're not sure what that is, it's a type of design that particularly supports sensitive and neurodiverse kids. And it's about softening the environment they're in, which then supports their nervous system and allows them to truly relax. Because instead of trying to fix the behaviour, it's about changing the environment they're in, which then has an effect on the way they react. But before we go into the 3 steps, there's something really important I want to say. There's nothing wrong with your child or your child's brain. It's just wired differently. It's just a different way of thinking, the way the brain is wired up. And just because it's not normal, and I don't know what normal is, it's not neurotypical. It means that they process things in different ways to people that aren't neurodiverse. And it just means that we have to take extra care in how we are creating the environment around them. So when we see their behaviour as a reaction to their environment, we can start to understand and really sympathise and help them. When your child reacts, has a meltdown or a shutdown or an outburst or tears, it's not bad behaviour, it's not them being difficult, it's their nervous system having an alert signal saying, I can't handle this, or this is too much for me. That's why things like behaviour charts, reward charts, naughty corners, things that are used with neurotypical kids just don't work with neurodiverse kids, because those tools focus on control instead of looking at the sensory overload. So if you've tried those things, I want you to really hear this. You haven't failed as a parent. Your child's brain was just wired differently, so it's about adapting things to their brain. When parents hear this, they kind of feel relief, because it's not about trying harder, it's about trying something different that is going to work for your child's brain. One of the most misunderstood things about neurodiverse kids is the after-school collapse. When they come home after school and they've had a day full of sensory overload, bright lights, loud noise, unpredictability, demands put on them, and all the different social interactions, their nervous system is exhausted. They've been trying to cope with this all day and masking, as so many of them do, to make it look like absolutely nothing's wrong. And when they walk in through the door, it might not be straight away, it might be soon after that they have a meltdown or a shutdown, because they feel safe to release that. They're in their safe space. They're basically saying to you, I can't hold this anymore. They have to let it out. And it's actually a compliment to you and your family that you've created a safe space, that they feel able to do that. The first thing is to place no demands on them. Don't ask anything of them. The second thing is to provide a snack or a little selection of snacks, same time, same place, so that they can just help themselves and it's predictable. They know where it is, they know what they're going to have. And the third thing is to have the same quiet time or activity when they come home after they've had a little reset, so that they also know what's coming next. You're not going to have different things every day, from let's do your homework, or let's watch some TV, or let's go out and play football. They need predictability. If you want to say a few things to them, you can just gently say, today was a lot. I know you've really worked hard today. One of the best things you can do is to help them regulate their emotions, because no child can achieve anything when their body is in that mode, when they are so keyed up from the day. The second step is reduce. And this is about reducing the amount of demands on them through the day. And it might be particularly in the morning that you find a struggle, or it might be in the evening. So if they have quite a number of things to get through in terms of getting ready to go out the door to school, and that's a time of friction, it's that transition time from leaving the safety of their home to going into that noisy, busy school environment, there's a few things you can do to really minimize that stress. And the first thing is to, instead of using words like, it's time to get dressed now, or come down for breakfast, hurry up, you're late, put your shoes on, all of these demands made on them verbally are really stressful. So instead, you could create a visual, a little strip, whether it's words or visuals, to show them what is coming next and what they should be doing next. So if it was the morning, for example, you might have get up, go to the toilet, get dressed, have breakfast, clean your teeth, put your shoes and coat and get your school bag, and then leave for school. So they know what's expected of them. You could even use a timer with it so they know how long they've got to do each thing. And if they're not sure what to do next, you could just point to the visual gently and say, what's next? This can work really well because all of these instructions can go in one ear and out the other. And when they are focused on something else, it's hard for them to hear it. Also, if they've got PDA or they have ODD, they don't like to take instructions. So it's about using other types of language or communications to get them to do the things they need to do in order to get to school. These things can really lower stress for the school morning transition. And it's not forever, it's just for now, because they'll get through this stage and then they'll be able to do it themselves. They'll become more independent. And the third step is redesign. Now, this is the bit where my creative side really gets excited, because a small environmental change can make a massive nervous system relief. So let's keep it simple. Create a little space for them, whether it's in the corner of their bedroom or a living area that's quiet, and put a beanbag or some lovely cozy cushions on the floor or a cozy chair, and add a beautiful blanket, some cuddly items. And it's really important to look at the lighting. So the lighting needs to be really warm, low and gentle. You could use maybe a table lamp that they can turn on and off, or one of the tap lamps that can go brighter or dimmer, or it might be some fairy lights around the area. And this is their reset zone. This is where they can come when they come back from school and they have that massive sensory overload, and they can go to this place that is really calm and soothing and will really help to reset their nervous system. Another thing that really helps is to soften the sound in the environment. So you could use door seals, you can use soft furnishings like rugs. If you have lots of bare floors, whether it's tiles or wood, that can really echo and create a lot of different layers of noise that can really affect them and overwhelm them. So creating much more cushioning in terms of the room will really help soften the sound in the space. You could also use white noise or pink noise in the background, which is those lovely nature sounds, or tumble dryer going. If there's a lot of noise that you can't get rid of, it might be neighbours or traffic outside. So that can really help, or some soothing music. It can be really helpful to actually pop on some metaphorical glasses and become an audio detective. So what I say to my clients is, take a look around the home and really notice which rooms your child escapes from as soon as possible. It might be the kitchen, it might be the living room. If these are noisy places with lots of layers of sound, notice which rooms they escape to. And that will give you a really good indicator of which spaces have sounds or visuals that are overwhelming for them, from smell to touch to sound to visuals. So it's about really observing what are the triggers in the space where they are fleeing from. When they start to melt down, really scan the room, look around and listen to what noises are going on, Is the air fryer pinging? Is the dishwasher on? Is there loud music? Are there lots of layers of sounds? Because once you notice what the triggers are, which are causing the meltdowns, it can really give you the tools to then start minimizing those noises and making sure that everything's just toned down and quiet in terms of noise and visuals for the time when they're in that area. It might be that if you're in the kitchen around dinner time, that you turn off all the appliances before they come into the kitchen. So you don't have the washing machine on, or the dryer, or the air fryer. Make sure that's all finished before they come in for supper time. And you could play some really relaxing background music or some white noise, nature sounds, and look at what you can do to soften the environment, because that's going to help to calm their nervous system. So I really hope you found this information helpful. If you take just one thing from today, it's to make one small change to your environment. What's it going to be? Whether it's creating a little cozy nook for them with cushions in a corner, or turning off appliances around dinner time. Try this out for a week and just observe your child and notice if they are more relaxed, if they're having fewer meltdowns, if they're eating better. And it would be great to hear in the comments if you find something is working. It's really important to realise that you are not failing at being a parent. It's really hard to parent in a world that wasn't designed for sensitive or neurodiverse children. And the fact that you're here listening to this and learning what is going to help them is fantastic. So if you'd like more practical, shame-free ideas to help you, your child, your neurodiverse family, like I've helped many families, please subscribe and stick around for more information. I'm going to be having a webinar very soon. So if you're interested, send me a DM webinar and I'll send you the information. Bye for now.